Daddy used to take me walking down the street. Daddy used to take my hand, say follow me. Daddy used to leave me back home all the time. I got big enough to run around, Daddy left me outside. He said find your way back. Big, big world, but you got it, baby. Find your way back. Don't let this life drive you crazy. Find your way back. Come back home, put the street lights on. Find your way back. Find your way back. Daddy used to tell me, look up at the stars. It's been a long time, but remember who you are. Circle the life, and one day I might not make it. Circle the life, and one day I might not make it. But you just gotta find your way back. Big, big world, but you got it, baby. Find your way back. Don't let this life drive you crazy.
Simon and welcome to the Eagles Airy Show. I'm your host, Nomthandazo Shabamu. Thank you so much for choosing us again. Today we are on episode 2. Thank you. Right?
I feel honored.
I feel blessed. Thank you so much for accepting the invite.
You're welcome.
So guys, today I'm with this beautiful lady. Not only is she beautiful, but she got brains too, and also the hands. Very creative. And as you can see next to me is this beautiful satin,
yeah, silk satin.
Silk satin bags. That's so beautiful. Try it. Guys, you see? Red alignment. I had to match. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me, Destiny.
You're welcome.
I need some background, right? Who is Destiny?
Destiny is a regular girl from PE, Port Elizabeth. Well, it's Gqeberha now. I moved before it became Gqeberha.
You've been here.
Girl. So I moved to Johannesburg for school where I studied journalism. And after I got my degree, I tried a whole lot of other things before I ended up doing fashion and doing sewing, and I found my passion in lockdown. And yeah, I just that kind of person. I like chasing my passions. I like chasing my interests. I delve deep into anything I think I might enjoy. So yeah, that's who I am in a nutshell, really.
I see an entrepreneur's character there. Being courageous, going for it, being whenever you feel like this is for me, you don't think twice. Exactly.
Never know.
That's true. You just mentioned that you found your passion during lockdown. I mean, lockdown was a very stressful time for most of us, and it's beautiful to see that the people like you who use the stressful what can I say, season, and found something that they actually like. How did that happen?
Girl, it doesn't sound as fun as you make it. Okay, first of all, I was depressed as many of us were. So I lost my job. Well, my contract ended and they couldn't renew it because of the lockdown, of course. I was I was a writer for Amandla. I worked at a non-profit. So I was an activist in many words. So when that ended, I was just like, okay, where do I go now? Because no one's hiring now, and no one's looking for activists now.
Exactly.
No one is trying to stand on the street and like toy, because like everything is closed. So anyway, I was like, you know what? Let me just think of all the things I enjoy doing. And it was baking. Like I made so much banana bread. It's crazy. But also, I found that I really do enjoy like thrifting content, upcycling content. You know, those people who take normal T-shirts and turn them into like really nice crop tops.
Yeah.
Or, like,
You did that too.
Yeah. I started doing that like last year. But like in 2020, I was like consuming so much of that content. I was like, I want to do this, but like I couldn't get out to thrift, of course. So I started like cutting up my clothes at home. That's how I like got into working with fabrics and working with clothes and learning how clothes are made and things like that. Way before I even got a machine, way before I even thought I'd get a sewing machine.
Okay.
So the next year, then I got the sewing machine. I started, playing around with my clothes and yeah.
Beautiful. I like the fact that I feel like you doing what you're doing now, it came from the content that you consumed.
Oh
right?
yeah, definitely.
So it inspired like the whole what we're seeing actually right now, which is beautiful to see. And I feel like it's very important to expose ourselves like to different types of content.
Oh yeah.
So that you actually know which content probably sparks. Exactly, you enjoy it. Exactly. Let's talk about white bags. Like you could have, I mean, you could have done a dress, or are you into bags? Or white bags?
I love telling the story.
That's so cute.
I love telling the story. You know what happened? So I was upcycling clothes, right? On my Instagram. I started this really cute little community on my redesigner page.
Yeah.
It didn't start as bags at all. I was just upcycling clothes like everybody else, turning pants into shorts, things like that.
Yeah.
And then I put up a poll this one day, asking people if they would dare me to recreate this Alexander Wang scrunchie bag. People didn't believe me. They were like, "Girl, what are you talking about? I dare you. You're probably gonna flop." So I was like, "Okay, challenge accepted." If you went on my Instagram right now, you'd see it's still up there on my story don't.
Okay.
And yeah, people were like, "Yeah, try it. Let's see
what you got."
Honestly, I didn't think I could do it either. I was just like, okay,
let's just see.
It's a day, you know.
Yeah, might as
what
well.
do I have to lose, right? So I went onto Instagram, put up the poll, and people dared me to make the scrunchie bag. So I made the scrunchie bag, and I was like, "Ta-da! Yes, bitch, I did that."
Now they have it. They have it.
And then I started making bags. People loved them. People were like, "Make one for me. Make one for me. I want one in green. I want one in blue. I want one in pink." So yeah, that's how I ended up making bags. Yeah.
And you supplied.
There was a demand and supplied.
That's beautiful, and they're so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
They're so beautiful.
This is my favorite.
Oh, so you like
the purple.
The purple one.
Well, today I like the purple.
So
I was probably into pink.
I like that. Wow. You should tell us which one you like. Just on the comments down below. And not only tell us. Once you like it, here is a link. Just check the link down below as well. And just make sure you buy one.
Or two.
Who's
judging? I'm not stopping you.
Exactly. Okay. So now that you are into fashion, I'd like to believe it's fashion, right?
Yeah.
And you were upcycling clothes, which I think then it was trending. Probably even now it's trending.
Oh yeah.
How important is it for a designer or someone who wants to be in the space, to check the trends, and to familiarize themselves to different styles, and does that help with the creativity process? Maybe instead of doing exactly that trend, maybe it helps you have your own. Exactly.
Yeah, I love that, because you know what happened when I started sewing. Everybody was like excited about it. Everyone's excited for me. Oh, you're doing something really cool. Can you make pants? And then I made pants. Oh, but can you make a bag? Then I made a bag. Can you make a top like this? Then I made a top. And I realized that I was kind of losing my own voice in that whole loudness of trends and that loudness of what people want and what people expect for you to know how to do as a sewist. And you know what, there's so many expectations, and it's always going to change. There's always going to be something hot and new that people want and people love at the time. Exactly. So I think I can't speak for every designer, but for me, I know I've learned recently that it's much more important to just stick to what you enjoy making, and that might change every month for all we know, you know, that might change every year, but like just keep making things you love, because as soon as you stop making things you love, you'll hate your job. You'll hate doing what you do. So I've kind of stuck to making the bags now. Of course, there are many other things I'm still enjoying to do. But I don't dictate trends when I make the things I make. So what dictates it for me now is what I enjoy doing at the time. It's winter now. I'm into coats. I'm making coats. I'm trying at least. So yeah, like just try. Keep it that energy. Keep that energy up by doing the things you love. The trends will follow. The trends will always be there. They'll come and pass.
Who knows? You might even start your own trend by just doing something that you really love. That's beautiful.
And it's not. I don't want to say it's wrong to like follow trends.
Yeah.
Because it does come from copy. This is not an original completely original design. I saw something like this and I was like, oh, that's cool. I could make that, and I made it. People loved it. I love it. So I think, following trends might not be bad at first. In fact, it might be a good way to start or to find if you're passionate about something. But the natural creativity might follow just after that.
Love that. And you spoke about the love and enjoying at the very same time what you're doing, because I feel like that's when you get to be free and you get to be creative. You get that because you're most comfortable and you just execute your ideas out of love. And probably even when I buy, I can feel, man, the love. This was just made out of love.
This was made simply for you.
Exactly. You get me. So I just want to know, like, what do you believe are the essential characteristics that qualities that one has to have in order to be an entrepreneur, but to be in a space that you are in right now?
A lot of resilience, a lot of, it doesn't matter what you say, I believe in my idea. I mean, I know there's a point where you kind of do have to take a step back at your work and maybe listen to what your people are saying about it, but take that with a pinch of salt all the time. As I said earlier, trends come and go. People always change and waver about what they like now and what they liked yesterday. So I think it's very important not to compare yourself to other designers as well. People are very creative in the space. People are doing amazing things. I have friends, I've met people who do brilliant things in the space, and it's very hard not to compare, especially as an entrepreneur as well. You might wonder, what am I doing wrong? Why is my business not scaling as fast? Why am I not on the
question yourself so
every
much?
week? So I think it's very important to believe in yourself, not to compare with other entrepreneurs or designers, and to just keep doing what you're doing because of the love, because that's the only good thing that can come out of this. This is very hard. I mean, it was very fun at first to create the same bag and do the same thing repetitively every day. At some point, you kind of do lose the excitement. On some days, it's not always exciting. On some days, it's like,
I love the honesty.
What am I doing?
I love the honesty. Because sorry to cut you, but that's what people think. Like, they think that, you are enjoying every day when you wake up.
Every day,
And it's not like that. There are days where you feel like,
what am I doing with my life?
Exactly.
Selling bags, what the hell?
Exactly.
I relate to that. I relate. On most days, Nyani, it's not exciting or fun, but to push through on those days means that you can,
the resilience you're talking about.
You can get much further from getting through those hard days.
Oh, beautiful. So that's so beautiful. So resilience, guys. Don't compare yourself. Stay in your lane.
Yes,
stay in your lane.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. How would you describe your brand aesthetic?
Pretty, cute, fun. Yeah. Take me to a picnic. Take me to the mall. Take me to the ball. It's literally like everything for every occasion, for everybody, for every personality. I like to think of it as, because it started as upcycling thrifted clothes, right? Everything I touch has a story. It came from somebody else who owned it. Even with these fabrics, right? I use dead stock material. Dead stock is basically like the offcuts at the factory where they make materials, right? I still buy them. They're not free, but they do come cheaper. So instead of them throwing them away to the landfills, because the fashion industry is very wasteful, so I try to be less wasteful by using dead stock materials. So I feel like every time I use something, every time I use a fabric, every time I touch something and I turn it into something else, it tells a story, and I want to share that story with somebody else. So every time someone wears something I've made, I'm like, yes, own it, tell your own story, carry on the story with something. So I would describe the whole brand as just an unending story of things that we wear, and I love that because I feel like everybody who wears it differently.
They're telling their own story,
telling their own. So I love how the brand just has its own meaning to everybody who wears it. It's not just me. I won't label it. I won't put a name and a description to it, but because when it gets to you, you'll treat it differently, and you'll have a different connection to it than I would. So my brand is self-defining with the owner.
Guys, I can't wait to own mine. Which one I'm gonna have after all this and tell my own story, child. I cannot wait. That's beautiful. That's very beautiful. Let's talk about growing your business, right?
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes people start. Here's the thing I've realized, right? We can both start selling tomatoes, right? Start the same way. Say maybe have the same number of customers, but one of us then decides, no man, I need to move, I need to scale it up, I need to grow the business. So many people, I feel like entrepreneurs, they are doing business, it's just that they don't see themselves growing, or rather maybe they are scared to grow. You get that? Because one thing I like, you started this 2020, right? And look how big it is now. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful to see, honestly. It's really big. What made you to be like, you know what, let me just start growing? Because the reason I'm saying this, you also now have a website where I can actually, you guys, here's the website, check it out. You get it? You also have the website. Because probably there was going to be someone who started the same thing as you, but they were like, man, nice, there's no need for those things as long as in Tola Lava Bakona, you get that. So I love the fact that you're thinking big about it. Now I can even just one click, I can just...
You're there at my store.
I'm at your store. That's beautiful. You get it?
Yeah.
How did that come about? Like, did you, when you start, were you more like...
Did I have a 10-year plan?
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. A vision or something?
Yeah. No, I didn't. Crazy enough. Okay. Remember how I started, ne? It was just out of fun. I didn't think I'd turn this into a business. I didn't think I'd end up selling bags when I started sewing up shorts. In fact, if you'd asked me what I would do, I would have probably mustered up a quick answer to give you. I'm going to own a fashion house. Just a generic thing. But I think the brand grows with you. This came generically to me with a Twitter poll. I mean, with an Instagram poll. So I think when you allow yourself to just grow with the business, it'll get there with you. I don't think you necessarily have to force it, because with all our plans that we make in life in general, things never go according to plan. Our plans are just kind of a guideline to where we think we can get to. But like, they're not really set in stone. They never really
pan out exactly.
So to avoid that disappointment, I guess, in my subconscious, I didn't plan everything to the T. I just allowed myself to grow with the brand. I allowed myself to grow with wherever I was maybe tomorrow I won't be selling bags, maybe tomorrow I'll be selling tote bags instead of scrunchy bags. You never know where this will go. You never know, as long as you keep doing it every day, as long as you keep learning. I started sewing, what was it that I was making? I made weird things at first too.
I mean, they led to this.
And I know, first, look at the scrunchies, right? I want to show you a scrunchie. The scrunchie I made.
Yeah.
This is the scrunchies I make now.
No.
Which one is better? The big scrunchy one.
The bigger the better.
You want something that looks like a scrunchie. At first I was very proud of this, because I was like, girl, I made a scrunch. I couldn't make a scrunchie. I didn't know I was gonna make scrunchies like this. I was excited to make this and I made it, and I was proud of myself. So I think I allowed myself to learn as I grow and not be attached to every idea that I have. Because I could have just said, okay, this is how you make a scrunchie. Keep making these.
Done.
But instead I went out and I learned how to make better scrunchies. Maybe the ones I make tomorrow will be better than these. So I didn't have a 10-year plan. I still don't have a 5-year plan or a tomorrow plan. My plan today is to sell the bags I have and to still make the bags that I make today.
Oh, Jesus.
Anything else will go with time.
I am so inspired by what you just said. Because not to you are preaching to me, talking about attachment to the idea that you have. Because I feel like that also limits us to grow. And some opportunities actually miss us. Because you have a plan. Exactly. You're more like, it's either this or nothing. You get that? So now having that, I feel like this is growth mindset actually. Because you allow things to happen. You get that. And I love the fact that you adapt as well. When things happen, it gives you, like, you learn to adapt to it, okay, so now we're moving this way. This is how we're going. But if you were more like, no, this is the only way.
The idea,
now, if there are any changes, it's hard for you to adapt.
Yeah. And things, especially in business, like, things never go to plan, right? Like,
exactly.
In business, like, things will knock you side by side. Like,
people can love your thing today, tomorrow, then they change.
Yeah.
Imagine if you're still stuck. Exactly. But now with that growth mindset and not being attached to ideas,
you're able to pivot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ooh. You guys have to pay for this. These are masterclasses. This is content. Please, you better subscribe. You better subscribe. Thank you so much for that. I think it spoke to me.
Really?
Honestly.
I wish somebody had told me this.
Man.
I think I was at that point.
Yeah,
I'm a fashion designer. I make clothes. I make nothing else but clothes. That's the only thing. Yeah.
And it gets to limit you. I feel like it puts you in a box as well.
Yeah.
Because you're more like, hey, Mina, that's the other things I can't.
I do blue things only. I don't deal with green. And come on, how do you grow in a world full of color?
Exactly. Exactly. And the color probably constantly also changes.
Oh, yeah.
Like now we have boma baby blue, boma ton. Probably back then it was just blue.
Yeah.
You get that?
Yeah, exactly.
So, Jesus. Oh, I have to go check my
Take it to church, girl.
I'm feeling it. Sorry, but yeah, because here's the thing, right? I do hair, right?
Oh yeah.
So I mostly specialize on locks.
Oh yeah.
And guess what I did? Literally 2 days ago, there was someone asking me if I do braids. I can do braids, but because in my mind I told myself no.
This is where my bag is.
Exactly. I was more like no, Noms locks. That's it.
I was gonna ask you about that. Hey?
Honestly, I literally just told her good to know. I gave her another person's numbers. I was more like no, I don't do braids. I can't do braids. But here's the thing. I told myself that no, it's Noms locks. This is my business. You get that.
And I don't know, like if you've heard a lot of this, but like especially if you go into like the social media world, everybody's advising you to have a niche. Stick to your niche.
Stick to your niche.
And I find that very hard for someone who's still growing and who's still trying to figure out what their niche is. Because that doesn't allow you to
explore.
Actually figure out what you're good at and what you can be better at. I mean, you found out you're good at locks, right? But how do we know you're not better at braids? Yeah, well, you might be even better at braids than you are at locks, you know. So I think it does limit you not to think outside of your niche. Allow yourself to go outside of your niche for a while. No one's gonna hate you for it. No one's gonna judge you for it. No one's gonna be like, yeah, I don't consume your content anymore because it's not your niche. Yeah, well, like no one cares about that besides the creator. So I think, man, take your time, learn, make mistakes, grow. That's the only way to do it.
And that's beautiful. And this shows the power of starting. I feel like all of my episode, I'm just gonna emphasize the power of starting because
that's my Bible.
Honestly.
Start.
You were not gonna be here if you didn't start.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna be here if I didn't start.
Yeah.
So there's so much power in starting because that's when you actually get to play around with do I like this? Do I not like this? What's new? What's this? My weakness, my strengths, what can I improve? You get that.
It's the most fun part. Just start. So like when I started sewing, I had no idea about anything beyond a needle and a thread. And that you put the fabric in the machine and it creates a bag. You know, I didn't know a whole lot of things until I owned a sewing machine. And then they told me about, did you know that you have to take apart the sewing machine to oil it?
For real?
Yeah, there's an oil.
For it? Jesus. Maintenance.
I don't know anything about this.
What?
Did you know that there's a second sewing machine just for the edges, just to finish out the edges?
Okay.
How would I have known that if I didn't start? You know, it takes starting to get to a point where you realize if this is something worth investing your time in. Because you can sit with your idea for the longest time thinking it's the most brilliant thing that you can share with the world when it's actually a waste of your time. So just start, try it out, see if this is actually worth spending days or hours doing or thinking about. or it's just another idea to put in your grave.
That's true, because there are some ideas that we're probably gonna.
We all have awesome ideas. Trust me.
Exactly.
We all have awesome ideas.
Exactly right.
But are they real?
Exactly. And sometimes you find that probably that awesome idea, it's not really what do you think it is? What do you think it is? But maybe you birth something that is more brilliant from it. But if you didn't start, if you were still contemplating and more like, you'll never know. You'll never know. So I'd like to know if there's someone now watching this and they're more like, I don't have a degree in fashion, I don't have a degree in sewing. Hey, Mara, I think I like it, man. What can I do? Like, where can I start? What would you say to them?
Where do you start? Start by consuming fashion content. Start by finding where your interest in fashion lies. Start by getting a sewing machine and sew. Just do it. Make mistakes. Make a cloth. Sew a cloth, a washing rag, sew anything really. It doesn't even have to start with something fancy or something really super creative. Start by sewing a little kitchen curtain, something very simple. You'll find in doing that, that's when if it's something that you really want to go into and invest your time into. Because with something like this, the reward really comes from yourself. It doesn't really come from outside, because unless you are a this stuff, it's not easy money. So it takes a lot of passion. It takes a lot of conviction in what you're doing. So if you want to start, just start. You don't have to even think of school, because fashion school is very expensive. I myself am self-taught. I learned on YouTube. I learned through online courses. And I pretty much can do what any other fashion student does. So, and I mean, even though I do have plans of going to fashion school, I don't think it's for the same reasons that somebody who knows nothing about it would want to go there for. So I think it's very important to play with the idea physically, not just in your head. Just find a lady who is a sewist in your area, work with them, or find a second-hand sewing machine, or find a low-end sewing machine, and just play with that and see where you want to take it, see where your ideas gravitate towards. Mine gravitated towards scrunchie bags right now, but they might pivot to something else tomorrow, only because I've started this conversation.
Let's talk about support.
So it takes a while
because with starting a business, so it's hard, and sometimes you need financial support.
You won't wake up one day and just have $1 million idea. It takes kissing a few frogs to meet your prince, and so everything else in life.
Okay, so I'd like us to talk about support, right? Because for me to start a business, for another person, for you even to start a business, I believe that you just need sometimes just that one person,
the push,
you get that, who's just gonna remind you, but no, you started this, remember? And for me, I feel like that is my mom.
Oh yeah,
you get that, like she really has my back. And now where I'm at, because I feel like the power of starting as well, now it's no longer only my mom but also my clients.
Oh yeah,
you get that, the support who motivate me. You get to know you have to keep on doing this, what you're doing is good. So, and also support also doesn't only come with like just words. Sometimes we need financial support, sometimes you just need emotional support, someone who's just going to be there for you. Have you had that kind of support? How important is it for you to, because sometimes guys we are not that brave, we are brave, but not to such a
difficult.
We are humans, because sometimes you really doubt your idea. You're more like, your night it's great, Mara. So there's that person who'll just say, hey, just cancel that, Mara, and just go for it. You get that?
That person for me has been my partner, my boyfriend, from day one. Remember, I started this in lockdown when we're all super depressed and we don't know what we're doing with our lives. We're going through existential crises, and it's just, everything is just gloomy, and whatever I did just felt like a dead end. It took him believing in my ideas, or me rather speaking about my ideas at first, and then him bouncing that back to me, saying, okay, it does not sound crazy, it does not sound as crazy as you think it does. You can actually do this, you know. But I will say, it takes speaking about the stuff you want to do. Speak about it. Talk about it. Because it might sound crazy in your head, or it might sound super great in your head, but like speaking it out loud, putting it into words will help you better understand exactly what you're trying to achieve. And in doing that, then someone is gonna hold you accountable. Well, you said you want to do this, remember? This is where you're going, remember? I did a lot of back and forth with that as well, when I felt like, what am I doing this, you know? But then my boyfriend would remind me, hey, you said this is what we're gonna do, remember? This is the vision, remember? Because a lot of things happen along the way, right? I might be making bags today, and then tomorrow I'll find a passion for scrunchies, and I'll do scrunchies alone, and then I'll think, but why are my bags not selling? Well, I'm not investing my time in them, so I need somebody who's gonna be like, well, what happened to the bags, dude? You making scrunchie bags, remember? But also I think everybody needs that kind of person who will listen to them and bounce back their ideas back to them. It's important to speak about the stuff you say you want to do, so that someone can hold you accountable for it.
It's beautiful. I like the fact that you mentioned speaking about it, because how are you gonna get support? No one's gonna know exactly how you're gonna get the push if I don't know about it. That's actually beautiful. And oh my god, this feels so short.
I know, right?
Exactly.
But it's been good, man. It's been good.
It's been. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for allowing me your space and seeing your work. It's beautiful. And from here to the top, I wish you nothing but the best.
From your words to God's ears.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for coming. This is really fun. Let's do it again.
Yeah, we should. Next time, I don't know what you'll be having here, but you'll definitely be having more.
Keep in tune. Follow me on Instagram to find out what we do every day. I mean, on my Instagram, I don't necessarily just do the bags. I still upcycle, and it's fun. I've created this small community, as I've said, of people who really find it fascinating that I do what I do. And it's really fun. It really is. So follow my Instagram. Join my little community. You might just find that I might send one of these upcycles that I do to you as well.
You heard it from the lady herself. Thank you so much. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and be a superhero. Hold my head high further.
I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of it.
So all
at Redesigner.
At Redesigner.
And get yourself a cute scrunchie bag. Every purchase comes with a matching scrunchie.
There you have it, guys. Oh, and let me pick mine. Which one is gonna match, guys? Say mine, Z. Okay, I think I like this one.
Do you?
Guys, actually,
yes, I'm certain. If I'm breaking down, well, it don't make me